What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Black Talent Sport, and I am happy that you have decided to click on another one of my videos. Thank you for watching. I just hope you continue to watch. Today's video is going to be my fourth modification that I made to Bullet, and it's going to actually be my first power modification. Right, so that's going to be the K&N Typhoon Intake. Now, I've been a long time fan of K&N intakes. This is my third vehicle that I'm putting a K&N intake on. The first one, I had a 1989 Toyota Supra MK3. So it was a turbo 5-speed hardtop Supra. Loved that car, man. So I had a Typhoon on that one. And then the second vehicle was my 2012 CRV. It just had a drop-in filter on that, but a K&N nonetheless. So now that I have this Explorer, of course, when I'm looking for an intake, of course, I'm going to go back to what I know, which is K&N. All right, so in a little bit, what we'll do is I'll go over the installation. I'll go over a few things that I actually had to do with some modifications to it. And also just a little something added in, so stick around. I want to take some time out to thank a total of 8 subscribers that have subscribed to this channel. That's 3 up from the first video, so I do want to thank you. Thank you guys. But I do want to encourage the rest of you, if you are viewing these videos, what I would like for you to do is, as soon as you click on it, smash that like button. All right, smash the subscription button, hit the notification button so you get notified when I come out with a video. And also, very important, if you would like to interject, if you would like to make a suggestion, perhaps you want to make a comment about something in the video, comment below. I want to hear from you guys. It only encourages me to continue to make these videos. I mean, I enjoy making videos. Don't get it twisted. I enjoy them. And I enjoy sharing with you guys. But I would like for you guys to just get a little bit more involved. And also, subscribe, share, like. All right? We can continue to grow this channel as I am trying to do with these videos and also with the content. Let me know what you guys want to see. Okay? And before I forget, I do want to remind you, if you don't know already, as I mentioned in the previous vehicle, I am doing a giveaway when we get to 100 subscribers. Okay, I will be giving away a gloss black Ford emblem, the 9-inch Ford emblem that can go in the front of your Explorer, or I think any Ford that has a 9-inch front emblem. All right, so let's remember, subscribe to get that giveaway. All right, first up, I want to discuss a couple of things with you in terms of why I went with the K&N for my Explorer. Now, there are a couple of companies that make cold air intakes for the Explorer, but I tend to look at things with a designer's eye. There's a few elements for this particular K&N intake that really made me stick with this one, which is the layout. Looking at the stock setup, the stock intake tube and the stock air box, it's pretty much straight, and when thinking about picking an intake or product that will give you the best flow characteristics, I think straight is better. If it has any kinks, then any of those bends will tend to slow down, will restrict airflow, and I wanted to stay away from that. So I like the fact that it was pretty much straight, relatively straight. And then that kick down towards the corner there was very important to what they have. There is a shield that kind of just acts as a heat barrier between the filter and, of course, all the hot temps under under the hood there. I've seen quite a few that actually have an enclosure, a complete enclosure. Then they have like a snorkel kind of thing going to. Again, that's not much different than the stock. In my mind, as long as it's free flowing and less restrictive, that's the way that I wanted to go. And I think the K&N kind of really knocked that one out the box there. Now, there is one scenario or situation that arose that I did not really foresee, which relates to the modification that I had to make. What modification is that? Well, as you learned in the last video, I am using the UPR Catch Can. And the UPR Catch Can has the a wide open throttle line that has to run to the intake. Now, UPR does supply their own tube with the fitting on there. However, you know, K&N obviously does not come with that. So if you are running the UPR can and you are looking to get yourself a cold air intake, you may want to look into the installation or what modification you have to make to the intake to use the UPR can. Now, for this installation, I just had to drill a hole in the bottom of the intake. Boy, when I was told that, I wasn't so happy with that. I wasn't so comfortable with making such a modification, but it had to be done. So therefore, I got it done. All right. So let me basically go into what's going to be needed to do this installation with the UPR can. So you are going to need just two items to get this this modification done. Just a quick visit to either Home Depot or AutoZone. Those are the two places I believe I went to. Well, first, and I'll put that this information in the description below so you can have it. The first item you're going to need is a step drill bit, and the size is number 4, or one that can get up to 22.2. Right, that's the size of the hole that's in the intake. And then you're going to need a rubber grommet to fit the fitting for the wide open throttle line. Now that's where I went to AutoZone, and the way or the area that I found it in is the PCV area. There is these packets there that say Ford PCV on there, and I just kind of eyeballed the size. I know it was kind of large and just got the biggest one, and lo and behold, it fit. It was the right size. So you're gonna need that, and then there is a space in the intake for the air temperature sensor. All right, so those are the two items you need. Of course, you're gonna need a drill to drill the hole, but that's a given, right? Now, in addition to those items, the little something that I spoke of that I actually decided to add was a heat treatment. Now, you know, everybody knows that heat robs power. You know, if your parts are heat soaked, or the engine or whatever, the intake air temperature is heat soaked, it's going to be robbing you of power. Now, I have heard, you know, plenty of stories where people say that the K&N causes the EcoBoost motor to lose power, which, you know, looking at the design of it and just, you know, eyeball it, I don't see how that's possible. No one has ever presented any sort of facts to back that up. I asked and none was given. It's just a matter of, you know, people passing around information that's not necessarily true and someone else taking it as gospel. I did email K&N and just to ask what were the power gains, and the power gains are 8 to 12 horsepower. I'll run with that. All right, so what I decided to do was heat coat the intake. I went ahead and purchased a this heat treatment or paint. It's not really paint. It's actually a heat treatment that's normally used for grills. You know, that black paint that you put on the grill. It's actually rated up to 1200 degrees. So I was like, hey, you know, if it can help keep, if it's rated for, you know, 1200, I said, why not? I'll just put it on the intake for 2 reasons. Just to kind of keep temperatures down or protect, you know, prevent heat from soaking into the intake. And also, I really like the finish. That it has like a really nice matte finish to it. It's not shiny, it's just kind of dull. Matte, you know how the matte finish. I'll show you a picture of it. But I love that. To me, it makes the pipe look like it came like that. And I love that. It's another aspect I love about that. So in a little bit, I'll even show you a little bit of a demonstration on my BDX as to why I believe that's actually working very well.
On the bottom left, you're looking at the intake air temperature on my BDX. I'm cruising along with at 70 miles per hour, and the air temperature is not even at 54 degrees. That's pretty good and pretty low. Very happy with that. Now look what happens when I'm idling. Air temperatures go up and the coolant temperature goes down on the bottom right. As long as that doesn't get above 100, I'm still happy with the results. So that heat coating, in my mind, it's working very well.
All right, so after I made the necessary modifications, I drilled the hole, I got the grommet, everything's fitted on nice. I mapped or taped off the areas that I did not want to get the heat coating. I went ahead and put the heat coating on. It came out flawlessly, and so I was ready to install it, and it was flawless. Nothing. I didn't have to make anything fit any kind of way. Just everything bolted up really nice. Lighting is pretty bad right now. As you can see, the sun is setting and I'm in a really shady spot. Truth be told, my engine bay is pretty dirty right now. If you know of any sort of products or anything that I could use to clean up the engine bay, preferably something where I don't have to use water. I don't want to get my filter wet. Plus, I don't want to get water inside of my my headlight housings. My LED housings are pretty much open. I don't want to wet the fans. So if you know of any products that are pretty decently priced and pretty good at cleaning up the engine bay, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. All right, so I'm sure by now you want to hear what it sounds like. But I just have to explain. With the whatever reason with the EcoBoost motors, the intakes don't really give you that typical spool sound of which you'll hear in the video, the little clips that I did when I did the installation. All right, now at this point in the video, or the clips I should say, I believe I only have the K&N intake and I did the VTA modification, so you won't hear exhaust, but you'll still be able to hear it a little bit. You might have to turn up your speakers to really hear, because the sound that the K&N intake makes in this current state, it's not as loud as you would think. There are other modifications that I have made that gives you that wonderful turbo spool, wonderful, and it's loud, which I'll get into that in a couple more videos, but it does have to do with the exhaust. So when we get that far, I'll give the explanation as to how to get your 3.5 EcoBoost to spool like crazy. Well, we're going to try to get some turbo spool sounds. Just put in the K&N Typhoon and you barely hear it, but it doesn't even sound like turbo spool. It just sounds like rushing air. Instead of that nice, it's going. No, I don't know if he was able to hear it, but I hear it more when all the windows are up, the sunroof is closed, versus windows down, sunroof open. Hey, it is what it is, man. Well, all right, y'all. Well, that wraps up today's video. Again, I want to thank you guys for watching. If you've made it this far, continue to watch. Right? Smash that like button, comment below, subscribe, hit the bell so you're getting notified when I come out with my next video. And speaking of the next video I'm planning on making, y'all, bullet is going up. All right, it's getting lifted. I installed the Traxxter 2-inch all-around lift kit, and I'm just gonna go over, you know, the ins and out of doing that. And also I might tie in the reason why I lifted bullet, which is to drive on the beach. You know, I am a fisherman, so I fish. I use this to drive on the beach. So therefore, bullet had to go up. I had to lift him so that I get much better ground clearance, of which I'll go over in the next video. So again, make sure you guys are subscribing so that you get notified. Thank you guys for watching. Have a blessed day. Peace out.